Hi, my name is Mrs. Guillen, and I am going to be your biology teacher. I wanted to give you a little bit of information about the summer homework and the things that you need to have ready for summer camp so that you know exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so let's start with the homework itself. So your homework is comprised of two sections. One is going to be Cornell Notes. You have 6 videos to watch. They're about 10 to 15 minutes long, and you're just going to be taking some basic Cornell style notes if that's your preference. So in biology, this is what your Cornell style notes should look like. You should have a title, and that title should be the actual title of the video that you've watched. And that way when we look back through the notes in the journal, we'll be able to find what we need. Okay? Below that, you should have an essential question. I'm not giving these to you. These are something you're going to have to kind of figure out. And basically, we're looking for what was the whole purpose. Sometimes that'll be something that's asked in the first minute or so of the video, and sometimes you have to kind of think about what you think the most important question about the content was. Then you're going to take notes. I do not care the format of your notes, but one thing I do really want you to think about is not writing things word for word. That's not going to be very useful to you in the long run. Okay? So you can use bullet points, you can itemize it, you're welcome to use imagery, up to you. So notes. In addition, I ask for emphasis. So it could be highlighting, underlining, putting a box around it, using color. Something that shows that you went back through the content after the video when you were taking your first set of notes and you thought about what was most important and you went through and you emphasized it. So this can be whatever works for you, but I need to be able to see some evidence that you went back to emphasize important points in your notes. On this side, we have our 3 questions. These could be examples of test questions that you think I might write up. It could be questions that you need to check with me when you get to class. Like, I didn't understand this concept. Can you elaborate? Okay? Or it should be a connection. How does this concept connect to something else that you've learned about? Or perhaps AP Human Geo. You're going to find a lot of biology is going to link very nicely with AP Human Geo, depending on what exactly we're looking at. But for summer homework, it's ecology, and a lot of that links. Okay? And then in the very bottom, you're going to write a summary. Now, I'm looking for 1 to 3 sentences. It does not have to be long, nor should it be long. And it needs to just emphasize the main points. Like if you had to write down what you saw in 12 minutes of video in 3 sentences, what is the most important stuff to remember? Okay? That is what I'm looking for when we talk about Cornell notes. And you will use these on homework in addition to the summer homework. For this assignment, here's the way the grading works. So the titles for all 6 are worth 2 points total. Okay? Each page then will have an essential question, and that's worth 1 point. Each page will have your notes, which is worth 5 points. Remember, the format is your choice. Each page will have emphasis, and in this one the emphasis is 1 point. You will have your 3 questions at least. This is worth 1 point in this case, and then you'll have a summary which is worth 3 points. Okay? Now, I grade this way. I grade for these things all through the year, but the point value changes depending on the assignment, and we'll talk more about that in class, but I wanted you to be aware that this is what I'm looking for when I grade your Cornell notes. And then you have sketch notes, and there's some descriptions about what to do for sketch notes in there, but I wanted you to kind of be aware of what we're looking for. So sketch notes should be something that's very visual. You might have some text, but a lot of it is going to be pictures or icons that help summarize it. So we're doing our sketch notes on the levels of organization. Okay? So first off, you need a label on it. So I have mine. It says levels of organization. That's my label. Okay? That's worth 2 points. Then you define each level. I have started with the smallest and gone to the biggest. And so I've defined each level and I've sorted them by color because I'm a visual learner. Color really helps me. Each definition is worth 2 points. Then we're going to be a little creative, and this is a project that's going to continue through the year, and we'll end with this project. So rather than just having you regurgitate a biome that you've already learned about in 6th grade or 8th grade, we're going to do things a little bit different. So you are going to create a fiction world, and you're going to name it whatever you want. So I named mine Saarlandfree because I could. Okay, and that is my new biosphere. And then I labeled 1, 2, 3 different biomes, and the biomes are the same as they are on Earth. So I have a deciduous forest, I have a grassland meadowland, and then I have a coniferous forest. And you can pick any 3 that you like. Okay, below that I have ecosystems, and then I have community and population and individual. So what I've done is, for each type of organism, each species, I've identified whether it's an autotroph or heterotroph, okay? And then an adaptation that helps that organism survive, okay? So I just drew a little sketch and just wrote little bitty notes and had a little picture, okay? And so I've got that for each level. All of these things are going to be completely fictitious. You cannot steal somebody else's whole world. But if, like me, you're a big fan of dragons and elves and pixies, you can include those, but you have to also have things that are unique to you. Okay? I'm going to put a closer image of this on the notes as well so that you can kind of get a feel for how I did it. But these are yours. So yours do not have to look anything like mine. You can do it however you like. Sketch notes are something that we do for every single content unit in biology. Okay, so that's the summary of the summer homework.